Today we discussed about the chapter 7, Control and Coordination. Chapter 7, Control and Coordination. There are different types of movements that is seen in plants and animals. Some movements related to growth. Example, germination of seed. Germination of seed is an example of movement related to growth. And some movements not related to growth. Some movements not related to growth. Example, cat running behind the mouse. What is movement? Movement as a response. Movement as a response to a change in the environment of the organism. Movement as a response to a change in the environment of the organism. Organism means all living organisms, unicellular and multicellular organism, plants and animals. Movement also in order to protect ourselves. Movement also in order to protect ourselves. Each change in environment evokes an appropriate movement in response. Each change in environment. If the environment is changed, that evoke an appropriate movement in response. Next part, nervous system. Nervous system. Various activities of an animal's body are controlled by two systems. Various activities, body activities of an animal's body are controlled by two systems. First, nervous system. Second, endocrine system. Nervous system include brain and associated parts, and endocrine system means hormones. Next, animals' nervous system. Animals' nervous system. Control and coordination. Control and coordination of body activities are provided by nervous and muscular tissues. Control and coordination of body activities are provided by nervous and muscular tissues. Nervous and muscular tissues. There are three types of muscular tissues in our body. The basic units of brain. The basic unit of brain, that is neurons. Neurons are the or nerve cells. Neurons or nerve cells are the basic unit of brain. The muscular tissue include voluntary, non-voluntary and cardinal muscles. Voluntary muscles, non-voluntary muscles or involuntary muscles and cardiac muscles. There are three types of muscles. The muscular tissue, that is the muscular tissues, the muscles that attached to bones, helps for body movements. The basic unit of brain are neurons. If we draw the picture of a neuron, if we simply draw the picture of a neuron, this is one neuron. Another neuron is the continuation part of the former one. This is the cell body. Here, nucleus. These are dendrons. These branches are known as dendrites. These are the granular cytoplasm. Is known as these granules are known as Nissl granules. Nissl granules. The cytoplasm is granular cytoplasm. Granules are known as Nissl granules. This long end is known as axon. This is axonite. These junctions are known as node of Ranvier. Node of Ranvier. This proteinaceous sheet that covered the axon is known as myelin sheet or medullary sheet. This is myelin sheet or medullary sheet. These nodules that are seen at the tip of axonites are known as synapse. This is the adjacent neuron. The space in between the two neurons is known as synaptic cleft. The space in between two adjacent neurons is known as synaptic cleft. Once more, if we consider the structure of neuron, the cell body with nucleus and granular cytoplasm granules are known as Nissl granules. These are the dendrons and the branches known as dendrites. This is long axon, and with axonites, tip of axonites with the nodules known as synapse. The junction between two adjacent neurons is known as synaptic cleft. One neuron never touch with the dendrite of another neuron. Here a clear cleft seen in between two neurons, that is known as synaptic cleft, and a protein coat that is surrounded by the axon is known as myelin sheath or medullary sheath. There are two different types of neurons. We can see some with medullary sheath and some without medullary sheaths. The synapse produce a chemical known as acetylcholine. The synapse produce a fluid medium or chemical. The synapse produce a chemical known as acetylcholine. 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 Acetylcholine is produced by synapse. The control and coordination are provided by nervous and muscular system or muscular tissues. Here we draw the picture of a typical neuron. The cell body contains nucleus and cell organelles in cytoplasm. The cytoplasm with all cell organelles. Cell organelles means mitochondria, ribosome, lysosome, Golgi bodies, etc. are the cell organelles. The cell organelles are the usual components of cells, all type of cells. The nerve fiber or axon carries impulse from cell body toward its terminal branches. The nerve fiber axon carries impulses, physical form of impulses from cell body toward its terminal branches, which may either pass on to impulse to another neuron. It may either pass on to the impulse to another neuron or into a muscle. Sometimes the axon and with the muscle, or in another case the tip part of one neuron is the continuation of another neuron. So the cell body toward its terminal branches, which may either pass on to impulse to another neuron or into one muscle or gland. Sometimes these impulses, physical impulses, helps for the secretion of enzymes and hormones from glands, or some cases the impulses that pass through the axon that end to muscle, that helps for the contraction of muscles, and in some cases the axon end is the continuation part of another neuron, but the axonates never touch with the dendrites of another neuron. Synapse is a point of communication between adjacent neurons. Synapse is the point of communication between adjacent neurons. The information from environment, the surroundings known as environment, the information from environment, body environment, that is the physical environment outside the body. The information from environment is detached by specialized tip of some nerve cells, that is dendrites. The dendrites usually, and with our sense organs, that is eyes, ear, tongue, nose, etc., skin, etc. The dendrites take impulses from sense organs. Sense organs collect information from environments. The information from environment is detected by specialized tip of some nerve cells, that is dendrites. These receptors located in our sense organ like eyes, inner ear, nose, tongue and skin. Example, the olfactory receptacles of tongue. The olfactory receptacles of tongue detect smell. Next topic, nerve impulses travel through the neuron. Nerve impulses travel through the neuron. We can check how the nerve impulses, physical impulses, travel through the neuron. The dendrites receive impulses. The dendrites received impulses from sense organs. These impulses then pass into cell body. These impulses pass into cell body, then to axon. The synaptic nodules. The synaptic nodules release acetylcholine, one chemical, acetylcholine, to synaptic cleft. Synaptic cleft. Here the physical impulse converted to chemical form. In synaptic cleft, the physical impulses converted to chemical form and pass into next neuron. The synaptic nodules release chemical acetylcholine to synaptic cleft. Here the physical impulses convert to chemical form and pass into next neuron. Finally, such impulses from neuron to other cell, such as muscle cell or glands. Finally, such impulses travel through one or numerous neuron to other cells or muscles at the end portion that support to cells, glands or muscles. Neurons organized as network conduct information throughout the body. Neurons organized as network conduct information throughout the body. The functions of neurons network are, the functions of neuron networks are, functions of neuron network or information acquired conduct information as electrical impulse, conduct information as electrical impulses. Next function, impulse converted into a chemical signal for onward transmission. A chemical signal for onward transmission. Now we complete the first portion of the chapter 7, control and coordination. Next part we can continue. If you like this session, please like, share and subscribe.